to Small Town Big Mouths podcast, where our three hosts will be unraveling tales about dating and life in general that will have you laughing, nodding your head, and even cringing in sympathy. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the ride.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Mouths. This is Amber, your one and only.
And this is Nikki, your resident bartender.
And today we are doing audio only because life has been hectic and we haven't been able to get together to do a video. So bear with us, and this will make my life easier for the next few weeks anyways with just audio files. So I think Nikki had a topic today, and do you want to share that topic, Nikki?
I do. So we're going to talk about, we've talked a lot about mental health, like in dating and just in life in general, but I want to talk about mental health with your job. Because I feel like everybody has a job, whether whether you're married, dating, whatever. And some things have come to light this last couple of weeks with my job that have just made me like, it's hard. Like, it's holiday season now. Life is tough. Like, things are rough. And I really thought once COVID was over that people would want to like get back to work, but I feel like they don't.
I mean, COVID was so long ago too. It's like 3 lifetimes ago for me.
I seriously, I struggle to remember like what years it was. I'm like, wait a minute, what year was that? What was I doing?
Yeah, we're going into 2025.
It's already going to be history. I know. But like the weird thing is like, so I feel like everyone knows I'm a bartender. I work at a bar here in town, the Old Town Saloon. I've been there almost 25 years.
Your whole life.
I have been there half of my fucking adult life. My whole life, not even my adult life. I've been there my whole adult life. I've been there half my life.
Right.
It's never been as difficult as it is right now to find people to work.
Can you explain to me what's going on?
Or yeah.
Maybe not share names, but
I won't share names.
I mean, I think you guys have open interviews at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. So we've had some solid daytime bartenders. And it's hard to work the day shift because we're a nighttime bar. Right. So to work the day shift, you have to be able to come in, you have to have a strong personality because there's, 10 or so regulars that come in. They can be pretty abrasive sometimes. And then you don't make a whole bunch of money because it's not like super busy unless you have a following and people that want to come see you. But otherwise you're sitting there with these people that are always going to be coming in. And then a lot of it is prepping for the night, cutting the fruit, getting everything stocked, making sure everything's ready.
You mean you don't just show up to a bar and like pour drinks?
Right. Yeah. No, people think that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I would never know now that I know you and I hear all these different things and the things that you do, and I'm like, I've never even thought about those things. I would think that, yes, you are a bartender, but you're like the bar manager basically because you oversee and do the shopping. You pick up the shifts when somebody doesn't show up, which I don't know how you do it. What did they say? Terminator? You're the Terminator?
Someone called me the Terminator of bartenders. Yeah. I was like, okay. He
I'm
was
mad
saying
for
that.
You.
He was saying that though, because I had a stoic look on my face while I was working. And I tried to tell him, I'm like, okay, you guys are all here to have a good time. I'm here actually working. I want everyone to have fun, but sometimes I've taken so many drink orders that I'm concentrating, so I'm not smiling. And, that girl needs change. That girl ordered something. That girl, I need to put something on her tab. That girl is over here waving at me to close her tab. Like, there's so many things going on that I just sometimes forget to smile.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You're a liar. You're a fat liar right now.
Never even knew. Didn't even realize. I mean, I always get a smile, but
yeah. Wasn't it you that guy was telling you he wanted me to show some teeth or something?
And I was, well, maybe you should tip her better. And he was like, well, maybe I would if I get a tooth or two.
I smiled at that motherfucker.
He must be a regular because
I don't feel like I've never seen him before. But you know what? The bar's so busy sometimes at night that people will come in on Steve's side or sit on Becca's side. And I've literally I never seen that guy before. And then they'll be like, oh, he was in here all night sitting here with me. And I don't know because I don't, unless they're directly in front of me or I'm helping them or they've come to me to help them, then I just don't remember. Because I'm not looking around. I'm helping what's in front of me.
You were.
Yeah. Well, I have that reputation.
But I thought it was so funny when he was like, if I could just get a tooth or two. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy.
I should have if I'd have known that, I'd have given him I'd have lifted my lip for him with my finger. You want a tooth? What am I, Elvis Presley?
At least I have all my teeth.
Yeah. Now. Bump. Anyway, so we hired a couple of, so the first girl we hired was like, these are going to be some funny stories. So we hired a girl that I really liked her. I hired her. And sorry, you guys, that bumping in the background is Roger's like sitting at my feet wagging his tail. This is one of the problems with recording at home is there's all these little things going on with Roger.
Roger that.
Yeah, Roger that. So we hire this girl. She comes to work like the first 2 weeks. The second week, she texts me. She's supposed to be there at 2. She texts me at like 1:30 telling me she has a flat tire. She's trying to get it fixed, but she's in shaver. And I'm like, bitch, you were supposed to be here at 2. Like at 1:30, you're just now realizing that your tire's flat. You should have already been in the car driving down the fucking hill. You know what I mean? Like it's an hour drive.
She was too busy wondering what kind of excuse she was going to use.
So I just felt like, okay, she's not coming in. So then she came in the next day and like worked the next weekend. But then the next weekend, there was another excuse. So she was let go. So then we hired this guy and we hired a girl. Loved her. She's one of my friends. She ended up wanting to have a job with insurance. So completely understand.
Right.
Left for a better job. Got it. She still fills in here and there. I'm going to mention her name because it's not in a bad light. Shula. She's one of our listeners. She's a friend of mine. Love her. She's a good girl. So Shula left and then we hired another dude, and he was going to be part security, part bartender. So he bartended Fridays and Saturdays. He worked security Friday and Saturday nights, and then he was going to fill in here and there also. The problem is it's really easy to work the day shift because it's not busy. The problem we have is finding someone that can fill in at night also. So to me, any bartender that's already like worth their salt already has a job. They're not leaving their job to come be a fill-in at Old Town.
Right. Unless it's somebody that has a different job and just looking for some extra hours.
Right. But even that's like a small niche of people.
Right.
So it ended up it wasn't that it was too much for him. He opened up his own business, and I will give him a shout out to Corey Bankston. He does, I think it's Lucky 13, and he has done some stuff for us. He's done some hats. My daughter does our stickers. But yeah, he has done, I believe, shirts for people that I know. Like I send everyone there. He'll do a shirt or 2 if you just need them. Great, great guy.
And hold on. If you want a small town big mouse hat, you can contact him directly and he will make it for you.
Yes. Cut out the middleman, which will be us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't got time for that shit.
Yeah. So Lucky 13 is the name of his, Lucky 13 Embroidery, and they're right here in Clovis, a veteran owned. He's a veteran, super cool guy, really great. Very reasonable, really fast with his turnaround time. Anyway, so he left to go do that and he's doing very well. So happy for him. He is still available to fill in here and there though. So then here comes the new girl. We just hired this girl. So we hire her. She works, I think it was like 2 weekends, every day late. The owner lets her in on Fridays and I let her in on Saturdays. Every Saturday she's late. So now she's like 3 weeks in, doesn't know how to turn on the lights, doesn't know where anything is because when you're late, I got to open the bar. So I got to fill the ice. I got to get the fruit out. I got to do all the things that you're supposed to do.
She's basically worthless.
Exactly. She comes in and makes drinks. Exactly what you said. She doesn't do anything but come in and make the drinks because now everything's done.
She's a bartender.
Yeah. You get here. You're supposed to be here at 2. You get here at 2:30. I've got everything done.
Yes.
So then the last 3 weeks, her child was in the hospital.
Understandable.
Totally understandable. But it was weird because it was like every Thursday there would be this, oh, my daughter's doing better. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Then every Friday it was like, oh, she's in the hospital. I'm not it was weird, but I'm not diminishing what was going on, but it was just.
If that was what was going on.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because it was weird.
I would have been like, I need to see a note or admission.
Never brought in a note.
As the owner of the bar, I would ask for that. And you're able to, like, you keep calling in, and because that is a good excuse, you don't want to fire somebody because if that is really what's going on, that could be a problem.
Right.
So asking for a note for your daughter, you could get one, no problem.
Right. Especially if she was in the hospital. Show me the bill. Something. I don't know. So then the 4th weekend, she came to work Friday on time. Saturday, I went to let her in. This was last Saturday. She doesn't show up until 2:25. She texts me like, oh, I don't have a car. I have to get an Uber, but I'm on my way. This was at 1:50. I'm already in the parking lot getting ready to unlock the doors because we open at 2. And that day, the guys had like a NASCAR draw thing that they were doing. So there was a bunch of regulars like coming in, which was cool for me because I got to see people I haven't seen in a few years.
Right.
Some of my old regulars, which was cool. But at the same time, I'm still like, fuck this. I still got to come to work tonight. You know what I mean? So when I got to work that night, I'm going to say I was a few minutes late. I had already spent 25 minutes at the bar. Actually, I spent longer because I talked to the people. You know, I was there like an hour. I was there from 2 to 3. So I come back, it's like 8:03 or whatever. I come behind the bar. I'm getting ready. First of all, when I got there, there was 3 dudes sitting at the bar. I put my purse away. I'm doing all the things. I start looking around. Okay. I start looking around. I see 3 dudes sitting there with no drinks, no nothing. So I put my purse away. I kind of like evaluate the situation. I walk over. I said, have you guys been helped yet? Have you been ID'd? No. So I'm like, okay. So I get their IDs. I ID them. I make their drinks. I turn to her and I tell her, babe, it's very, very, very important that as soon as these people walk in the door, you get their ID. It wasn't like she was busy. There was like 2 or 3 people at the bar and maybe a table and then these 3 dudes.
Right.
But they were sitting there the whole time I was putting my stuff away and she wasn't even acknowledging them. So I'm just like, okay. So I tell her this and then she doesn't say, see, I'm used to like when people leave their post for the day. Do you need anything else? Do you need anything else done? Do you need the trash emptied, the ice stocked, whatever? She didn't do any of that. She didn't even say goodbye to me.
Rude.
Yeah. So I didn't know, like, I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe she's upset that I was a minute or 2 late, but she was 25 minutes late. So whatever. So then this week I get the phone call. I worked a double on Wednesday because it was the day before Thanksgiving and it was important for us to be open. So I went in at 3, as you know, worked all day till 3:00 the next morning, hosted Thanksgiving at my house.
Amazing Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome. I had Amber and her mom and her daughters here and we had a great time.
I didn't even want to stay and play games because I was so comatose. And the cheesecake was fire.
Thank you so much. And then the next day was Friday. I had some errands I was supposed to run and we were supposed to record. Well, I get this phone call at like noon. Hey, can you she's not going to be able to come in. And then my boss is like, maybe we don't open till 4. Maybe we don't open till 5. This whole thing was going on and I wasn't really sure what was going on. But anyway, I got to work at 4. And when I walked in, his son, who is part owner too, was mad at me for not conveying to him that I was going to be there at 4. And I'm just like, I told your dad. And then his answer to me was, you told the one motherfucker that doesn't work here. And I'm just like,
well, that's the one that was contacting me.
Yeah, I had been. So my thing today is how work affects you, like how it affects your mental health. There are days that I think people look and they're like, oh my God, it must be so fun to be a bartender. It was about 20 years ago.
Well, until you're talked to disrespectfully.
Yeah.
Because even in any other field, I feel like if somebody talks to you like that, now you're putting me in a hostile work environment.
Yes.
I've been very fortunate to where I've never had a bad work environment. I've always had like a very close-knit family work life with anybody that I've ever worked with for the most part. So I've never had like, oh my God, I don't want to go to work. I mean, of course I say I don't want to go to work because who wants to go to work?
Right.
But it's not because of how I'm being treated.
Right. I have to say, I love my job. I do. But it's, even though I've spent 25 years here, the grass isn't greener anyplace else. I worked at another bar too. I feel like it's maybe a bar and restaurant thing. It's the industry. And the thing of it is I feel like owners sometimes feel like they can speak to you however they want because they'll just blackball you. When someone else calls, they can say, no, I wouldn't rehire her. And then that's just it, you know?
Right.
So that's very difficult. And no matter how good of a bartender you are, if you have an attitude, then nobody wants you to work for them. So,
well, I mean, you think about it too. It's like, even if you worked in, say, the medical field, right? And, you know, you can have these doctors talk to other doctors and now you're not rehireable in the medical field, which can be horrible. Or, you know, even like working in the legal field.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't lawyers talk to each other?
Yeah, lawyers. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, sometimes you hear different things or whatever, but you just never know, you know? I mean, I think it's what kind of person are people, you know, to do something shitty like that? Like, if you know you're an asshole and then and I call you out on it and I quit and I try to go work somewhere else, how are you going to do that? You know, how are you going to like try to blackball me into like not doing my job correctly because you're a fucking asshole?
Right. But I feel like a lot of places too, especially like corporate places, they have an HR department.
Absolutely.
So you can go to HR and make a complaint. But if I wanted to make a complaint, who am I complaining to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My boss's dad. That's his dad. Like, whose side do you think he's going to take? You know what I mean? It's like, and at the end of the day, I love the people that I work with as people.
Right.
Right. Maybe not as my coworkers, some of them, but as people, I like them. It's just, you know, and it's the whole dynamic of everything. I don't just get to come to work and make drinks. Especially in the bar. And I don't feel like any of us do. Even Becca, who she's not the bar manager, but she doesn't get to come to work and just do her job. She has stuff to do too. And as the bartender, I'm babysitting everyone that's working there, because when you're a bartender, you're in charge of the whole bar. So you're in charge of the security, the DJ, like, are they playing good music? Is the security paying attention? Like, it's a lot to have on your plate.
Oh, I don't even know how you pay attention to like everything, because my mind would just explode. Like, I know with everything that I do in my own life, work life, I have 100 tabs open, but like, that's 100 tabs at different times.
Yeah.
You know, but for you, it's like a chaos every Friday, Saturday night, and you're trying to manage everything.
Yeah. And
while serving drinks.
Yeah. And it's not just like Friday and Saturday, at least there's more people. It's also like Wednesday and Thursday when there's less people. Cause then I really got to like, okay, why is the bouncer outside for so long? Is he IDing that guy? Did he pat that guy down? Did he, you know what I mean? Why does that guy have a tattoo on his neck and he's inside? Why is he wearing a white t-shirt and he's inside? Like,
are those, you can't.
Clovis, City of Clovis rules. No white t-shirts, no tattoos above the neck. No, yeah. So last night there was a guy.
This is why I don't like Clovis.
Right. He was tatted out right here and he had a tattoo right here on his face, and he was in the bar, and he was nice. He was respectful. It doesn't change how someone is. These are Clovis PD's rules because they don't want those kind of people in Clovis. But
that sounds a little racist.
I think those
discrimination.
Rules, yeah, and I think those rules were made back when the good old boys were running Clovis. You know what I'm saying? But now it's not that. Clovis is a diverse community. There's lots of people of different, you know, ethnicities and different genres living all in the same place. So you have to accommodate those people. So at the end of the day, you know, we just hold up the rules that Clovis PD has enforced for the bars.
So, but what's up with the white shirts?
It's some gang thing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
That sounds pretty fucking ridiculous to me. I'm so glad. Yeah, I don't like Clovis. I knew I didn't like them for a reason. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people with tattoos that have maybe done stupid shit or whatever, but that's not who they are today. Right. Yes, there's tattoo removal, but not everybody can afford that. Right. Or, you know, there's programs, but usually it's for like the younger generation. Here I am 40 and I know people, and I'm like, why would you do something like that? But those were the choices that they made at a certain point in their life, but that's not who they are today. For me, all the shit that I've done, everybody would be like, what the fuck? That's not even you. But that's not who I am today.
Right.
So I really don't talk about my past, because for what? That's not who I am.
And there is a guy, I let him in. I call him Face. He has a tattoo like on half of his face.
And you let him in?
Well, he was part of the pool league. So I had to let him in at one time. But when he was there, he never caused a problem. And the first time he came in, and sometimes I let my mouth override my brain.
No way, Nikki.
Yeah. So the first time he came in, I was like, and I said, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not even supposed to be in here with that, but I'm going to let you stay because you're part of the pool league and you paid for your pool dues and blah, 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 blah. I said, but you caused one fucking problem, dude. I have not one problem calling Clovis PD on you. And he was like, okay. He goes, I won't. And I said, okay. So then we became friends.
Yeah.
And then I started calling him Face because he has a tattoo on his face. And he goes, what can I call you? And I'm like, I don't know. My name is Nikki. And then I was like, you could call me Blue. And he goes, why Blue? And I said, because there used to be this bar that I worked at and I wore this perfume called Blue. And this guy liked the smell of it. And so he would call me Blue. So I said, you can call me Blue. And so he comes in and every once in a while he'll come to the door on a busy night. And my boss is like, nope. But he knows he can. I said, you can come in any Wednesday when I'm working. When I'm here by myself, you can come in. But when he's here, especially on the busy nights, that's the nights that they don't allow that shit.
God, I wish there, like,
it should be a case by case basis is what it should be.
It's just a discrimination.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what bothers me the most. I don't like that. I don't like face tattoos, but
his is huge.
I don't think we should be judging people that way. Like, it's okay for Fresno, but it's not okay for Clovis. The same shit that happens in Fresno is the same shit that happens in Clovis.
That's what they're trying to avoid, though.
But why? What's so good about Clovis? It's a rural fucking area in the Central Valley.
It's not what it used to be. That's the thing. I think all these. Well, it used to be very, like the bar I work in. There was nothing across the street. It was a field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really grown. So with that comes growing pains and things that you have to, like, you know. There's different people. There's different, you know, ethnicities and different everything. So you have to, like. It's not.
I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. There's certain people, they're like, oh my God, I'm from Clovis.
Yes.
And I'm like, fuck Clovis. Like, it's still Fresno County. Like,
I grew up in Clovis, but I still am like, I don't know the difference.
I don't, like, for me, I don't either. You're a fucking human, and so am I.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not Beverly Hills. This is not Orange County.
Yes.
Like,
it's
the Central fucking Valley, people.
I was at a party that we were both invited to. I went, you didn't.
Yeah.
And someone made the comment that one of the girls, oh, she doesn't drive past Clovis Avenue.
I've heard people be stupid like that,
I'm just
too.
like, what the fuck? Do you know how much you're missing out on the world if you don't fucking drive past Clovis Avenue?
That's like, I'm never leaving California. Well, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I'm never leaving the United States. How stupid does that sound? If I can gift my children world travel, I would fucking do it in a heartbeat.
Exactly.
I mean, I want to gift myself world travel.
Right. And that brings us right back to the point of mental health at work. How important is it for you to have a vacation?
It's mandatory.
That's what I keep saying. I haven't had a full vacation since last November.
I mean, I go on a lot of little things.
Yes.
Like 3-4 days.
Yes.
Weekend, 4 days. But yeah.
That's not a vacation, though. You're rushed. You don't feel rested. Right? So that doesn't help your mental health at all, because yeah, you're getting away for a day or two, but the rush of like packing, getting everything ready, just for what? To leave for 2 days, to come back to like unpack, do the laundry, like
back to work.
Right. Read your emails or whatever the case may be for you, because I'm sure you have a lot of emails that are like piled up, right?
Well, and I think that's the bad thing too, is I have emails on my phone. So, and I'm one of those people that when things come through, like I want to just take care of it. So even when I am away, if something comes through and I can answer it without like my laptop, I'm going to answer it. And I think that's why with what I do, being available 24/7 is why I'm so beneficial.
Right.
Because I just get it done.
Do you ever think, though, that is a toll on your mental health because you are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
I do. I guess that could be a mental toll because I don't.
You feel the need to look at your emails, though.
Well, it just pops up when they come through.
Right.
So
see, mine doesn't.
Yeah. So as soon as it comes through, I'm looking.
Right.
But I will say during Thanksgiving week, I have been very good, and it's been very refreshing to have my brain shut off.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Very refreshing.
When you and I go on vacation, we're planning a vacation in February. Yes. Will you have your phone on?
I will not. Well, I already have told the person I work for that we are planning a trip.
Okay.
So he already knows. Okay. But well, we'll be in a whole different ass country. I don't know if my phone will.
It will work. I see, because when I worked for the tool company and I would go on vacation, I could not fucking help myself. Every day I was checking the emails just to see if like someone was complaining, or I wasn't going to answer anything, but if there was something immediate that I needed a fire I needed to put out, I needed to do that.
Yes. So even when I did my trip for my birthday, I did turn off my notifications.
Yes.
But like,
you still looked.
I still looked like in the mornings, like, everybody's sleeping or whatever. But on the cruise, and I guess I did have Wi-Fi too. But it was like planned, and summertime is slow for me too. So it wasn't really that bad. My auto response was on. But yeah, because I run everything, I feel like I'm responsible. So probably what I'll do is once the dates are finalized, I'll probably add something in the beginning of the year saying, FYI,
I will be on vacation.
I will be on vacation and there will be no responses. Yeah. If I check, and I would definitely want to put that in my email signature.
Yes. Just
so people know ahead of time, hey, this is what's going on. And I'll probably add something to our website.
Very good. Yeah. Those vacations that I took where I was working for the tool company, my boss was with me. So, and because I ran things, I felt the responsibility to look at he never looked at the emails. I never got like, a knock on my door at the hotel, like, hey, did you check the email? He didn't even know what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, there will be, because the person I work for does have like a work phone.
Yeah.
I'll probably add to my auto response, like if it is an immediate need or whatever, please go ahead and call that number. But I think as long as I give enough notice, and February I think will be good for me anyways. Although usually right now is super busy for me, and it hasn't been as busy as it has been in previous years. I feel like this year's kind of been like even throughout, and we still, have done really well. So.
Yeah. So that leads me to like listeners, like what kind of job do you have and what are your stresses? So if you guys are listening, comment, like, let me know, like, they say if you, how's it go? If you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. But you're still working.
Right. You gotta be working, you gotta be hustling. Like, I feel like if I got my hand in everything.
Right.
So it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. What's going to stick? What's going to take off? What am I going to do? Because I gotta figure something out. Like, I don't want to keep just making it, surviving. I would like something to really take off.
Right.
And hey, never know.
Right. No, you never do know.
So Joe Rogan.
Joe, are you there?
Knock, knock.
Hello, are you listening? Yeah. But I wonder, like, because I know like people that are firemen or police officers, I know those are stressful jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're like a week on, a week off.
I know, but who would look and go, oh man, a bartender, that's a stressful job. You know what I mean? Like, no one says that.
I feel like having a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, whatever, is easier than doing what I do. Even though like I'm very flexible with my time. I mean, you see how my schedule is. I pretty much do what I want. But I also work 2 jobs.
Yes.
I'm in office twice a week for a company that I help out with. And then I also work from home. So having the 2, I'm always trying to fucking juggle everything.
Yeah. Do you ever get anything like confused?
I don't, because one job is strictly in office.
Okay.
But even when I'm there, I get emails on my phone. So I'm like, but I'm able to do that.
Yes.
But it does suck when I am in office those days, because even though I'm only there till 3:00, I come home and I don't want to work at home. I just want to be done. But then I am working.
Because there's stuff to still be done.
There's still stuff to be done for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, as long as I respond and confirm shit, I can deal with everything else the next day.
Yeah. But I just wonder like what kind of jobs people have and what their stresses are. Like for me, like the most stressful is like I work for a family. So that's stressful to me because I hear one thing from the dad, then another thing from the son. And it's, those two things sometimes they don't align and I'm stuck in the middle.
Right.
And after being there for so long, it's like, what do I do? And so that's stressful, but there's no HR that I can go running to. So I know a lot of people probably work for mom and pop places. Do you have the same stresses or do you just answer to one boss? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm answering to two people and sometimes it's two different answers I have to give. And I don't.
Well, I think too, another thing with that is how are you going to just leave a job because of whatever is going on? Because like in my personal life, when there's bad energy, I avoid it.
Right.
I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not going to give it my energy. So, but with a job, if you have negative energy, you can't just walk away. You have to deal with that. So what does that do to you, to your mental health leaving work?
Right.
Or what kind of, like, how does that affect you?
I tried to leave once. I literally tried to leave like 4 years ago. And as soon as I gave my boss my 2-week notice, I got off the phone and I was like in tears. And then I got to work and I would cry every day that I was there because it made me so sad because I had been there for so long.
Did they try to like say, no, don't leave? Or they were just like, whatever, Nikki, bye?
Kind of, because they're very like.
They're men. That's why.
Yeah, they're men. But
Fuck them men.
But also I feel like they're very like, if you can do something better for yourself to better yourself, then go ahead. But I don't feel like they feel like that for everybody. So I feel like I kind of, when I told them I was leaving, it kind of threw them through a loop. The son said my dad didn't even know how to respond.
Well, I mean, I don't think they really know what they got.
No, I don't think they do either.
I mean, honestly, you don't realize how much somebody does until they're not around.
Right.
So
a lot of things get thrown in my lap and I do a lot of things behind the scenes that I don't come and go like, hey, I did this, this, and this. I don't make a list of shit that I do for them. You know what I mean? So they may not even realize all the things that I do. So that's, stressful too, because some days I want to tell them, I did this, this, and this today, and still I have to come to work tonight and work, after I've already done all these things. Like today, I went and bought all the, bar supplies.
Well, you should have been fucking sleeping till I got here.
Yeah. I wish I was sleeping till you got here. So yeah, it's hard. It's stressful. Like, and it's not, and like I said, it's not just here. I've worked in other bars too, and it's been stressful because there's a lot of personalities you have to deal with, not just the customers, but the people that you work with. And I know a lot of women that work in like offices, and it's the same thing though, because they work with other women and there's a lot of stresses. My daughter, Tina, she works in an office and I feel like she doesn't ever say it, but I feel like there's other women there and she's young and she's like in charge of these women and they're older. And I feel like they can be petty to her because she's younger. Right.
They're like, oh my God, why is this young girl taking over?
But the boss has taken her under her wing and like Tina's smart. This is how smart Tina is. We did a fucking escape room. Okay. Maybe I've told the story. It was me and her wife, their child, my old roommate, and this guy that I was on a date with. We had been dating a couple times. He was a cop. And it was a pirate something themed escape room. Do you want to know who got us out? Tina. If I had to fucking listen to any of these other people, we'd still be in that fucking room stuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Escape rooms are fun.
I know. And I looked at the guy I was dating and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You're a cop. You should be able to read clues. He goes, I'm not a cop on a pirate ship. And I was like, okay, I'll give you that. Because it was very, pirate ship themed.
Yeah. I mean, I've only done 2 escape rooms, but they definitely get your mind going.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm a freaking idiot when it comes to them. So, yeah.
I don't think you're an idiot, Nikki.
Dude, I would read the clues and I would just stand there like, what?
Because you got to like read between the lines. So I have a kind of a funny joke regarding mental health and working. So it says, why did the office printer go to therapy?
Why?
Why did the office printer go to therapy? Because it had too many paper jams to sort out. I know, that's hella corny.
That's good office humor.
Yeah, don't call HR now.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. That's for the kids.
That's for the kids.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Why did the employee bring a ladder to work?
Why?
Because they were trying to rise above their stress levels.
Oh my God. Wah, wah. That's perfect.
Oh.
So like I said, any of my listeners or our listeners want to come on and like make a comment or say like, what is your job? What are your stresses? Like, and if you just want to vent, like we're on YouTube, we're on Buzzsprout, we're on
all platforms.
Yeah, all platforms. And especially if you go to YouTube, you can leave a comment and we'll be able to comment back. So
yeah, we get notifications on those. And by the way, we're trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So we need your help. We need your help to get there. And once we get to 500, and if you message us and let us know that you followed us on YouTube, because not everybody, sometimes I get notifications about who subscribed, but sometimes that is turned off because of settings on whoever's subscribing. So if you want to be entered into a raffle for a $50 gift card, once we get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, you'll be entered into that drawing.
And all they have to do is subscribe. It's free, right?
Free.
Yeah.
That's all they got to do.
Yeah.
Subscribe, please.
I mean, we each have like over 1,000 followers on Facebook. So if we could just get half of our followers each, we'd have 1,000. Like, it's not that hard. And I don't feel like we're asking for anything that's like out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean?
You can Cash App us too. I mean, if you really wanted to, but I think it'd be a lot easier to just go over to YouTube and subscribe to our page.
Yes, absolutely. So,
and although this is only audio, we will be doing more video sessions too. It might be hit or miss here and there depending on our schedule, and it is a lot easier to edit just audio. Just wanted to do an audio session.
We might see a few more audio sessions. So, and then in a couple weeks, we're going to be interviewing one of my friends
in Sacramento. All right. Well, do you want to wrap this?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Thank you to everybody. We love you. And remember, subscribe, follow, share, feedback. We love it all.
Yeah. Comments. We love comments. Something we can sink our teeth into and like comment back to you would be great. So if you want to comment, I don't care what it is. I don't care what your comment is. I hate you guys. I don't care. That would be a good one. I come back with that.
I hate you. You suck.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate.
Yes. It's all right. All right. With that, I'm going to say Roger that.
Roger that.